Okay, so briefly explain to me, why are you making this crazy trip to Illinois this weekend?
Okay, so I have to renew my driver's license. I thought I could do it online, but then they sent me a letter and said I have to come in and take a written exam and do an eye test.
Can I just say though that I have never heard of renewing your driver's license online? Like that is a foreign concept to me.
I
Is that
mean,
something you
if,
can normally do?
well, like when I went in to renew it for my 21st, they literally, like, I just had to show identification, like verify it was me, and they're like, okay, perfect.
I literally didn't even have to do that. I like brought all the documents, like I Googled what I needed to bring, and I got there with like everything, and she was like, all you needed was your last driver's license.
Yeah, I mean, that's always what
Oh,
I've had to do. But what I've also had to do is take a new picture, and that's the biggest reason for having to go in is because you need a new picture taken.
yeah, I don't know.
I was just wondering
They
how
they
Illinois gets
asked
away
me
with
if
that.
I they asked me if I wanted to take a new picture for my 21st. I didn't have to, which is
Oh,
funny because I was like, you want me at 16 on my
yeah,
driver's license
really.
still?
Have somebody looking at your license and being like, "Is
And they're
that
like,
you?"
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't ask me. They just told me to go over to it. And I didn't
Maybe.
have to check my eyes, but I don't know, I don't wear
You didn't tell
glasses
them you wear
regularly. But
glasses.
I did have to do the Oh no, they did check my eyes. They didn't do ears. They checked my peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm.
Not I was remembering like dots, but like you know when they do the hearing test in school and it's like the beeping?
Uh-huh.
Every time I hear the beep, I envision a dot. So I get them mixed up sometimes.
That's funny. Um,
That's funny.
yeah, they
So
always test
yeah,
your eyesight because it's like all part of the counter. It's like right there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
yeah. You just walk over to the next person. So we're driving to Illinois. We're leaving Friday night,
And you'll
and then
be
we'll be
back
driving
late
back on
Monday.
Monday night because
We
I have
are
an appointment for Monday. I
we
swear
are
to God,
doing
if this goes,
we are doing a 4-day drive in 3 days. So the trip there we're doing in 2 days, which is what we usually do. But the trip back we're
It's
doing in
one
one
day.
go.
hmm
You guys are going to be doing what Alec and I frequently did. So prepare for a long drive.
Problem
it'll
is
be
that
fine.
we have to like go to work the next morning.
I know
Yeah.
that's gonna be rough. Is getting out of bed on Tuesday. Who knows? Maybe we might not even. I mean, I told Daniela I would do the night shift so she could actually sleep, but I'm like, we might be pulling in at 3 a.m. So
Tuesday might be a little rough, but it's okay because it's worth it. And you guys haven't been home since Christmas, right?
yeah, and it's
So,
close to my birthday.
and it's
I'm
close to your birthday.
only going to go over my allotment of energy drinks for the week.
That's okay. I think you'll
She
survive.
did buy more energy drinks today.
In my defense,
You're
we
like
were completely
specifically.
out. We were out. I prefer the bloom of all of them. We do have other energy drinks in the apartment, which I did take today because I reached in the box for a bloom and it was completely empty. And I was like, thank God we have other drinks.
Um, Ever since you guys did the whole energy drink comparison, I actually have been getting Bloom now, and I prefer them over Alani now.
They're
I do
good.
too. I also realized because I do still have Alani, so like I'm finishing them, but I've
Yeah.
also realized that I get headaches with Alani.
Okay. Okay.
What's
They taste very sickly sweet compared to the Bloom,
Yeah.
yeah?
but they have a little bit more caffeine.
They have yeah. Like I think those ones are 200 and Bloom
Hmm.
is 180.
Yeah. But
I'm not
yeah,
exactly
I
sure what
think
causes the headache for me though.
what the extra caffeine.
It might
It
be
might be the
the
caffeine, but I don't know,
or the
'cause
minerals.
yeah, 'cause I don't know if caffeine can give me a headache because it doesn't affect me normal.
I don't know. Maybe too much.
maybe.
But I think going over your energy drink allotment for the week is an okay consequence of going home for
Especially because I'm going to
a
be
night.
driving and it helps me drive better.
That is true. She's technically
I
supposed to be
was
medicated
driving
while she
home.
drives.
I was driving home yesterday. Tuesday is the day that I don't usually drink energy drinks, and I was driving home and I was like, wow, I really can tell a difference in my driving.
Well, please use them while driving then. Be
There's
safe.
some days there's some days where I'm like, wow, I really should not be driving.
We'll be in the same time zone at least for
Yeah,
True.
2 days.
for like 24 hours.
Yeah. And then you'll go
Only
back.
24 hours.
And then in a month, we'll be not only in the same time zone, not only in the same state, but the same city.
Yeah.
So exciting.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to see my friends.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a full-on reunion.
I was like, it's been so long.
I do have to
Um,
paint my nails during the podcast today because of our trip. I don't have
okay,
time any other day to do it.
please go ahead. I do want to tell you guys a little bit of a funny tidbit. It's not even a full story. It's just a tidbit that happened today. So there's this girl at work. She doesn't work for my department, and she happens to be the daughter of my boss. So
Okay.
she's like an intern in the building. Um, so she frequently comes in to see her dad. Sometimes they go to lunch together. But because she doesn't have a lot of friends, I think in like her department, she comes and she talks to me and she talks to my friend who works with me. And so I've, met her back in September. She stops by every once in a while. We chit chat. I've been telling her how much I need new friends because I moved to a new city and I don't know a lot of people here. And she came into my office today and she was like, hey, so you were talking about how you need friends? I have a solution. She said, come to my graduation party because she's graduating.
Just write me a check and I'll find you some friends.
No, she was just like her and her friend, I guess, because she's in grad school. So she's at least, I mean, she's not graduating from just
College.
college. She's graduating from grad school. Um, so she's probably like
She's probably
24,
close.
25.
Yeah.
A year younger than Jillian.
Yeah, a year or so younger. So I don't know. I'm gonna go and
Yeah,
meet her
that'll be
friend.
good.
Yeah, but I just thought it was funny that I got invited to a grad party. I'll be the oldest one there, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yep, you probably won't be the
You'll
oldest
be
one.
the oldest young person there, but there will be
That's
people
true.
older than you there.
Also, if it's a graduate program, there's probably some people who are like not straight out of college.
Yeah, I just don't know how much of her friends are, because like it's like her friend group.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're in my friend group.
That's true. I am, and I'm older. I don't know. I'll ask her. I'll be like, do you have any friends that are close to 30? Because that's where I'm at. But it's kind of fun. I mean, having friends at all different ages. Just because someone's not the exact same stage of life as I am doesn't mean I can't be friends with them or
Yeah,
have
I mean,
similar
I'm like
interests.
10 years younger than you.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. Thanks for reminding me.
Not
Not
really, not
not really
close.
10 years, but
No, but I do have to remind myself, Daniela, that you were younger than my younger sister, which just cracks me up.
do you feel like I'm
I,
younger than your younger sister?
yes. Yes, I do. But my sister sometimes gives off older sister energy. So you strictly give off younger sister energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it's a little different. Shayna's very much like taking care of business. I don't need nobody. Miss Independent. So,
It's funny though because I am very much the opposite of that when I'm with Jillian. But without Jillian, I do take on more older sister roles because I am an older sister, but it's not by much, so it's kind of different.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that with me?
Because you are my older sister.
Jillian, you should just start acting like the younger sister and see what happens.
So make me cry probably.
She has cried when I've told her I'm not doing this for you. She has sat there and cried and said I'm not doing it.
It's not because I'm like trying to make you feel bad,
Daniela,
it's because like I genuinely like panic.
that's when you go, this is good for you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it today. We have some very random topics I feel like to talk about, so
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome to the Pocket Friends podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Miranda,
I'm Daniela.
And I'm Jillian.
and there's just not a lot going on, right? I mean, we're kind of in the middle of an F1 dry spell because of the races that got canceled. Anxiously awaiting Miami. So we're just sitting here watching different new TV shows. We're excited about things coming out, but it's kind of just taking on things as kind of as they pop up, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we get an interest in something, it pops up, we watch it. Great.
Yeah. We're kind of all, and we're also all
Miranda,
like bouncing between different interests.
have
Yeah.
you watched High Potential, Miranda?
Mm-mm.
You should.
You can watch that.
We just watched the season 2
That's
finale and it was really good. There's a song in it at the in the finale that is now on my playlist, and every single time I listen to it, I literally can visualize the final scene, and it is the final scene was just so good. Like it was very well done.
Okay. I would consider it. It's honestly, that's a show that it fits with the things that I normally like. So, but right now I'm still on my Marvel binge watching movie streak.
so how's
So,
that going?
Have
yeah, do
you?
we want to talk about that first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we made a list of movies for Miranda to watch before Spider-Man: A Brand New Day. Her husband disagrees with the list I made, but
He does,
I was like, obviously you need the previous Spider-Man movies, like
obviously.
in the MCU. But then the first appearance for Spider-Man is in Captain America: Civil War. So to watch Civil War, I feel like you need the
Our
Captain America
parameters were
movies.
also that she didn't remember what she has or hasn't seen. And she said that she forgets a lot of stuff in the movies that she has seen anyway. So she said to make the list as if she hasn't seen anything.
I did,
Yeah. So
which
like,
Alec didn't know leading up
yeah.
to that. So I will say he didn't know that tidbit.
So I'm like, you can't just start with Captain America: Civil War. So I did add in like Iron Man 1, 2, 3, and Captain America, the
And the
first Avenger,
Avengers.
and Captain America: Winter Soldier, and all the Avenger movies.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not too much. I did throw in some stuff like the Ant-Man and the Wasp end credit scene just so you knew what they were doing in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, okay, I have seen Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. I've seen Iron Man 1 a bazillion times. So, like, I'm watching these things, but I'm watching them more backgroundy. Like, I just have them on, and then, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, right, I remember that this is what happened. This is the storyline of this movie. Because there's so many action movies that I don't always remember what exactly happened in it. Like the Avengers, we watched that, we finished that last night. I'm watching Iron Man 3 right now. So I remember a lot of these things. I don't remember what Winter Soldier's about. So I'm going to watch that next.
Okay.
Age of Ultron, I don't really remember. I remember trying to watch Civil War, I think 3 or 4 times and falling asleep every single time I watched it.
How? That is
That
one of
is
my
literally my
all-time
favorite one.
favorites. That
Yeah.
and
So,
Endgame for me are like the best.
okay, I will watch Civil War with my eyes all the way open and not I will watch it, like I will say.
Maybe you were falling asleep because you didn't know the other stuff from the other movies.
Possibly.
Yeah. It's a very emotional movie.
Okay. I
You
will
just
watch
kind
it
of
for
have to
sure.
know the politics of within the group, which is why we did put like the other, like the Iron Man movie and stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I was already noting in Avengers, you know, the disgruntledness between Iron Man and Captain America and kind of how that was playing out already. So
Hmm.
I'm noting things. I am watching.
Okay.
I promise you. I do think Iron Man 3 is my favorite. Well, Iron Man 1 is
Interesting.
just so good. I really do like Iron Man 3, though. I like it better than 2.
I can see it being better than two.
I like the little boy. I think he's cute.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 is that's the F1 one?
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's in Monaco.
Yeah.
I did think about that as I was watching Iron Man 2. I was like,
We actually like went back and watched Iron Man 2 after we like
after
first
getting
started
the F1.
watching F1 and we were like, wow.
Yeah, but
You're like,
it's
it's so much
so,
cooler.
it is so much cooler, but at the same time, I'm like, well, he wouldn't actually be driving. Like, that's
Yeah. Not realistic, but
not
Monaco.
realistic.
Monaco.
So we have all of those. Ant-Man, which you have Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Definitely seen them, but I can't remember
Yeah.
everything.
I put Ant-Man so
So
you
that
knew
I
what
could
was
watch
happening in
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah.
I
So it
figured.
did, some of it did get a little, you're like, I could see where he was like, do we really need to watch these?
Yeah.
The problem
Um,
is it is so interconnected that like if you do need like a second movie, like if like Ant-Man and the Wasp is the second one and that one like correlates to Spider-Man. But to kind of understand Ant-Man and the Wasp, you do kind of need the background of Ant-Man.
yeah. And I like the Iron Man movies and I like the Captain America movies a lot more than I like Thor movies. Thor movies get a little alien-y for me.
Fair enough.
They are alien-y.
They just get very out there for me.
Thor: A Dark World, Thor 2 is rough.
Mm-hmm.
Thor Ragnarok,
Ragnarok,
great.
it was
I think
okay.
it's good. It's it was like a good moment within the MCU at the time it came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme, it's okay.
Thor: Love and Thunder, garbage. I
Yeah.
I don't think I know you will have to watch it before Doomsday because
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of that I really
those
didn't like.
characters are in Doomsday, but Ragnarok is when Hulk is in that one, and it's when he's
Okay.
like
I think I like that one better. The Love and Thunder was the girl in like Pegasus or whatever, right?
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Valkyrie, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and she becomes like Thor at
Yeah, that's the one I didn't like. That one got a little too
yeah, that one was bad.
just odd for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand those. What about Venom? You have
Okay. This is
Venom on this list.
all based on an end credit scene where some of the Venom symbiote is left behind in the MCU. And then there's some speculation that maybe the symbiote is involved in a brand new day. So like
Okay.
that one, those are kind of just on the off chance it's relevant.
Okay. Okay. I can do that. I definitely want to watch the three Spider-Mans before to get the refresher on those.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame because I feel like it's following up from that. So
Yeah, you need to get all the trauma.
yeah, because I need to fully experience sad Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I understand. Okay. Well, that's the list. It's gonna honestly, I thought it would take me longer, but I'm already down 4 movies. I've watched Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man 2. I'm in the middle of 3. and I'll go from there.
I do love, like, through all these movies, I think Tony Stark's character development is, like, kind of, it's definitely, like, one of the main stories throughout all these movies, and I love to see it.
I do too. I really do like him as a character. And I like him, yeah, his growth as kind of this kind of crappy person to a beloved character
Yeah. Start crying right now.
and heartbreak. Yeah. So, yeah, we're watching that, and then we'll have a much fuller list for Doomsday. Now, I still have my old list that I made of the complete
Yeah.
Marvel universe, including the TV shows. It's not updated. Like, I think I made this list a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I told you guys where it stops. It stops with Agatha all along.
Yeah, which isn't, that was
That was
last year.
last fall.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, maybe I
No,
just need to update it.
No, two
2 years
falls.
ago?
I was
Okay.
at the old apartment,
Hmm.
but it was two Dancing with the Star seasons ago.
That's how we tell time.
By
It
David in the
was
first season.
it was 2024.
Okay. Well, I'll update it from there. And I'll probably, I mean, I got pretty far in this list. Well, I say pretty far. I got to, I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I
That
had
is
it,
not a part of the MCU.
I know, but it kind of like explains things.
Yes, it was originally part of the MCU, and then the writers, or maybe it was the creator, I don't know. Somebody, some top dog at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. said, we don't like the plot line of the MCU anymore, so they just did their own thing.
Well, I'm on season 2, so I don't know when it drops off, but I'm also watching we were watching Jessica Jones.
And that just got a second season.
Yeah, because Alec, one of his favorite characters, his actual favorite character in all of Marvel is Matt Murdock, Daredevil.
Daredevil.
And because Daredevil got a new season, got a new show, whatever, and Jessica Jones is in it, I was kept telling him we have to watch Jessica Jones before we watch new Daredevil. Because we watched all of old Daredevil, but I wanted the full backstory of Jessica Jones.
I haven't watched Daredevil yet.
I really enjoy it. But
I do
also,
want to watch it, but I've just never really been in the mood to watch it.
yeah, I also love law shows. So,
Have you watched She-Hulk?
I haven't.
I watched the first episode. That's as far as I could get.
You hated it?
It's awful.
Okay. Well, not every law show I like. Like, I can't watch Suits because it's so bad.
Also, the graphics of She-Hulk are bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I've also
CGI
heard
was
that.
rough.
Like,
It's more than just the content of the show.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll keep you guys updated. So far, I'm in the part where I'm just rewatching and I've seen it all before. It's just refreshing. I really want to draw a giant map and just start connecting dots, but I don't really have.
I think we're gonna have to for like getting ready for Doomsday.
We can erase our F1 board. We don't really need it now that we have my notebook.
True.
We
True.
literally, so I was homeschooled my last 2 years of high school, and my mom got like a like decently big whiteboard to like write down all my assignments for the week because sometimes I would just do like one subject a
Yeah.
day and like just get the whole week done in the day. So she would just like write all the lessons that I had to read and whatever. And when Loki was out, we weren't using that board at the time. And we literally like went and got that board and we're like dissecting it on the
Yeah,
whiteboard.
Loki is one you have to pay attention to.
Yes, I've heard that. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a lot to do before the end of the year, watching wise. So hey, it's good that I'm getting a head start now
Yeah.
Yeah. And
because
Loki, we
yeah,
had three brains on it, and we were still like, what?
I'm probably gonna have to ask you guys a lot of questions, or a lot of it's just gonna go over my head, and I just accept that. I accept it. I'm not gonna understand it all. I'm not gonna be as good and deep depth on Marvel as you guys are, but that's okay because
Yeah.
I dive super into like Bridgerton and other things. So
Yeah.
You tell
we
us what
balance
we
each
need to
other
know
out.
about that. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to
So
be a master at everything.
no. And I accept that Marvel is just one of those things that I will kind of vaguely understand.
I did see, I don't know how accurate this is, but it was a news article that they did a screen test for Avengers Doomsday, and it was testing as well as Avengers Infinity War,
Wow.
which is like
That's
big.
high
I
That,
standard.
don't,
that's
I'm
high.
like trying not to get my hopes up, but it is the Russo brothers, and I have full faith in the Russo
Yeah.
brothers.
Okay.
So we might be coming out of our MCU slump.
It's been kind of fun. So Alec really, really liked Marvel back in the day. He was on top of it as you guys are. Knew the
Yeah.
comics too, like knew all the ins and outs and everything. But he got marveled out after
Oh
Infinity
yeah.
War and just couldn't watch anymore. He was like, I simply cannot put more energy into this. And he completely stopped watching everything basically.
Yeah. We like really tried. We were like we knew Endgame was like the high of all highs and you can't expect everything after that to be as great. But there was like the Eternals and
Yeah. A couple of
the
stinkers.
And then they also were just putting out so many shows
so
that like it was
much.
impossible to keep up unless that's all you were watching.
Yeah.
So we definitely fell off. Like we were not keeping up. We watched the things where we were like, I really care about that.
Yeah.
But like we have some things we need to watch before Doomsday because we didn't keep up.
Yeah. Okay.
Jillian, did you
Well,
ever watch Electric State? Did I make you watch it?
Yes, I've seen Electric State a few times though.
Okay. Just wondering.
what was that?
It's a movie
Um,
on
it, it's
Netflix
a
with Millie
Netflix
Bobby
movie.
Brown.
It has Levi Brown and Chris Pratt in it, but it was also Russo brothers, and I watched it probably for 2 months straight to go to sleep.
Yeah,
And like
it's
I
a
would just
good
watch it
movie.
during the day.
It's a good movie, but Daniela watched it way too much.
You got tired of it. That's okay.
Yeah,
That's how I was
I
with
wasn't
Pitch
even
Perfect.
watching in the living room. I was watching in my room 90% of the time.
but I heard the movie start every time.
Our rooms were catty cornered.
Okay, let's move on from Marvel Universe to
Harry
do
Potter.
huh?
Harry Potter.
Yeah. So, in case you didn't know, because I feel like it wasn't advertised very well, HBO Max has put out a pre little documentary 26-minute episode thing. It's not even, it's just like a little thing
Yeah,
on the makings of the new Harry Potter series, which is an odd thing to do because the series hasn't come out yet.
yeah. It felt like a long ad for the show.
It did a little bit.
They were kind of like they. It started off like introducing us to the new Golden Trio that
They
they
kind of
cast and
told us
everything,
like
which was
how they
good.
found the cast and why
Yeah.
they chose these particular kids and whatever.
Yeah, and I think it was good that we're getting more exposure to those kids, so then we're not expecting them to be
The
the
boy
same
really
that we
does
had in the movie.
scary, and I think
He
that
does.
I think that that is going to be key for them. That he does look so similar.
Yeah. But Daniel Radcliffe has really, he's been everywhere lately and he's like, do not compare
Yeah,
the new trio to the old trio. If you really want to protect these kids and this industry and like everything, don't compare.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they showed us like the sets and the costume design, and just talked about how excited
and
they all are about it.
how they were like making animatronics and stuff, and the rat animatronics.
That was crazy.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
That was wild. I was like, that is so real.
Alex said
I was
no
like,
matter
that would
what.
scare me if I saw that.
Yeah. I mean, watching that basically just told us that no matter what, it's going to be beautiful. It's
Yes,
going to
definitely.
look fantastic.
Jillian did say that
Hopefully,
when we were watching it. She was like, it's gonna look great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
And it
may be a
does,
giant ad, but it's for I think it's also though for good reason why they put it out because there
Yeah.
are so many people who are apprehensive about it.
Yeah, I think also
I
it was
think,
kind of like we are really trying to like put the detail into this, put the work into this,
and we
and like
care.
give you things that the movies didn't give you that you guys have wanted and stuff
Yes.
like that.
And they're talking, like, every person who was interviewed was pretty much talking about their connection to the original movies and the books
Yeah,
and stuff. So it's like these people all care.
there was the one guy who was making the Quidditch box
His
for the
his
balls,
dad
and his
worked on the
dad made the
originals.
original Quidditch box, and I was like, that is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, that's history right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very neat. And it confirmed everything that people have been saying since the trailer or the teaser dropped that they are really trying to stay true to the books on this one.
Hmm.
And I think we're going to see a lot of those scenes and a lot of those little things that got missed in the movies in the series.
Yeah.
I hope they keep that true, like I said before, all the way through.
Yeah. They also were highlighting that, like, their plan is to do this all the way through. Like, they're not just really gearing up for season one and they're like, maybe.
Yeah,
But they're
Yeah.
like, we really plan to carry this out.
yeah.
Like
And they put a lot
Dumbledore
of
was
effort.
talking about, like he's like, this is the commitment. Like I'm gonna be 80 when we're done.
He's going to be 90. He's 80 now.
Oh, maybe that's what he said.
I hope yeah, I'm
Like, I hope
concerned.
he's fine.
I'm a
Yeah.
little concerned about a little bit of some of that. I'm like, please, please, please stay alive. Um, but yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm actually really excited.
I am
Yeah.
too.
I think it's going to look great. And if the writing is anything like the first, the originals, which I'm sure it's going to be, it's going to at least be, the writing will be
There
good and
there is
everything
a
will fall
lot
in.
also of like keeping it in the family. There is a lot of people who like either there was like people who were interns on the original Harry Potter movies and are now like fully in their position now and working on this project, or like people who
Hmm.
worked on Harry Potter are also working on this one, or the Harry Potter movies are also working on the show, like stuff like that.
Yes. So, yeah,
Also,
I,
the
it
wardrobe
looks
was good.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were really dialing into the 90s.
yeah. I was like, I told Jillian, I said, imagine just like kind of having like what feels like unlimited money, because I'm sure it's like
Or
a large
your
amount of
job
money
was,
where you just like go buy clothes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they were just like going to like garage sales and vintage shops. And I'm like, what a
Yeah.
fun job.
I was like, how like amazing and cool would that be to like curate that collection?
Would be fun to be a costume designer on something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Quidditch ropes look so good.
Hmm.
So,
We still haven't seen any actual magic in any of these.
no, as my husband loves to point out, he actually specifically was like, when I said that we were going to talk about this, he said, "Are you going to talk about how there's no magic?"
It's just I'm like I hope it's gonna look good because they seem to be taking so much care in doing it. But it is interesting that we haven't talked about it yet.
If they're putting so much into their animatronics that are like
Yeah.
so small, I can only imagine what the tech, like
And they were
behind the
also
scenes
like
magic looking, is going to look like.
they were very focused on the nature of it all
Yes.
and like how the I can't think of the words.
What are you going for?
Like you're trying to
They
say like
they
they're trying to make it.
spoke about the magic and like how like you turn it like you use like something that like is not real and you have to like turn it into something that is real. And they were talking about like nature when they were doing that and how like I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't have the words right
It's okay.
now.
Um,
I can like think it in my head what I'm thinking, but I can't figure out the words. Anywho, they were focused on nature and the
they
magic of
did.
nature and stuff like
They
that.
did
And
say that.
they were bringing nature into a lot of the sets. Like we saw it in like the street settings that they had with the buildings and stuff. How they were like bringing like the mushrooms and stuff on the walls and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they're also trying to create a lot more things that look magical without having to do CGI and make all these things
The
move.
the
That's,
practical.
yeah, that's the practical, the natural elements I think that they're really trying to bring into this.
Love
I
practical
love
effects.
practical.
So I
That
think
was
they're
one of
trying
my
to do more
favorite
of that.
things. That was one of my favorite things about Stranger Things. And like will always be one of my favorite things about Stranger Things is how many practical effects they used through the whole series. And that just made it
And it
like
looks,
10 times better.
Stranger Things always looked beautiful.
Yeah,
Right.
well, like, especially because I feel like most movies and TV shows have gotten kind of lazy with the CGI,
They have.
and it just looks so much better when either you do a good job with the CGI or you find a way to make a practical effect.
Which is so unfortunate because the like th now all the people who make practical effects are like out of the job. But the practical effects are way cooler than the CGI effects.
Yeah, well, they just got to go find those sets that are doing all of that. Because
Yeah, but
even
I'm
the
sure it's
practical
like
effects now are still so much more advanced than they ever used to be.
yeah.
So it still takes way more time and way more effort and way more thinking of how are we going to even make this look real.
Yeah.
Hmm.
One of the things when we watched the documentary for Stranger Things, the making of, um, one of the things like there were like so many like little jobs, and Julie and I were like, why did no one ever tell me this was a job?
I
Yeah.
know, I was like, I was not properly exposed to the careers I had as an option.
Yeah. Or like the one girl in the Harry Potter one, like her literal job was to feather, like
The
she like
owls.
her job description was like the feather
Feather.
person.
Yeah.
Right. And like
Yeah.
her literal job was to place one by one by hand every single feather on the owl, which is insane.
Yeah. Well, I do think some of it was like before you just had to be in the movie business and you basically had to live in LA.
Yeah.
And it was so hard and so expensive, and most of those people weren't making livable wages in the LA. But ever since a lot of production places have now moved out, like Georgia,
Yeah.
huge place now, Canada, also like I think Vancouver is where they shoot a lot of them.
Hmm.
Those two places now you can live and work on sets and make a livable wage and have these really cool jobs, and
Yeah.
you don't have to live in LA.
Yeah.
So, but that's only been in the last, what, 15 years that that's really popped off. So I think some of those jobs are just becoming a thing and becoming like something that people can actually strive to do instead of just for the love of the movies.
Yeah. Georgia, Canada, and Hawaii, I feel like are the places besides California that get a lot of movie
Movie
makers.
business.
I also use North Carolina quite a bit.
Yeah, they've been using North Carolina more and more too. So
I
that's
live
certainly a
by
place.
Georgia, so
Georgia certainly is, I think, the big one now.
Yeah,
I think they
definitely.
use South Carolina more than North Carolina.
Yeah, they might. I know they moved Outer Banks to South Carolina.
They never did it in North Carolina because
Well,
of
like the original
laws.
plan. The original plan was North Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, South Carolina is the land of no laws, so they probably get away with a
As
lot
we
there.
know. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, Harry Potter looks like it'll be good.
I'm excited for Christmas. That's gonna be my Christmas evening.
That'll be like a fun thing to watch at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's a perfect
I think
release.
it will be in their favor that they're doing it for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
100%. That's
Because
a
that's also
great
always when
strategic
people go
move.
back and start watching the movies.
Yep.
Yes. Especially the first one. Like the
Hmm.
first one, I feel like is very synonymous with Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes. And like that week between Christmas and New Year's is like a dead week for everyone. And
Yeah.
so what do? You watch movies, you hang out. It'll be a great time to do that.
Hmm.
The best week of the year.
It's a pretty good week, except for I want to laugh because I was just talking to Alec about this, but um, one of my favorite shows, YouTube shows, Good Mythical Morning, with Rhett and Link.
Hmm.
Every year for the last like 3 years, I think they do a celibacy week, and I think it's in March, April, and it's like, hey, just so you know, 9 months from now is the week between Christmas and New Year's. If you don't want to have a baby between those weeks, just warning you,
That's
now's the
so
time.
funny.
It cracks me up every time it comes up. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, obviously, you can only plan it so much, and some people are like, we just want a kid. We don't care when we have a kid.
Yeah.
But if you're planning and you don't want to have your birthday, but your kid's birthday between those dates, there's a certain
Yeah.
couple weeks of the year to avoid.
That's rough for the
Because it's kind of a
kids.
sucky time to be born, I think.
Yeah, it's not a fun time to have a birthday, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have friends who they're sisters. One of them, her birthday is Christmas Eve, and then the other one's birthday is New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
I don't know who that is. Do I know them?
You know them. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Well,
And they both complain about it.
I bet. Yeah. Because, like, you can't have a birthday party, really. You know, your presents are
Christmas
lessened.
Eve is also Jillian's one of Jillian's high school boyfriend's little brother's birthday.
Yep.
That's so random.
I babysat him, so it's not that random for me to know that.
Well, a friend of ours, a friend that's getting married next month, her fiance's birthday is, I think, the 23rd of December. So very, very close to Christmas.
Yeah. Our dad is December 17th, and he still, like, kind of gets screwed over.
Yeah, I imagine.
We don't screw him over. His mother screwed him over.
Wow. Way to throw her under the bus.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't really thought about that, like, intentionally marking out days and being like, we don't want a baby here in here.
you haven't ever thought about which month you'd prefer to have a child?
I've thought about like which one I would prefer to have a child, but not like ones where I'm like, absolutely not.
I've thought about I do not want my kid born in February.
Like you.
It's just because you don't want
Both
to share.
both of us are born in February. I don't want any more in February.
Yeah.
And our
My
anniversary is February.
my mom says February, her birthday is February, and she says it's the worst month to have a birthday in.
Why?
She's like, it's cold, it's gray, um, no one wants to do anything.
Mm.
I think kind of January, February are kind of the worst months to have a birthday, to be honest.
Well, and then we put in December, so I guess you can't have a baby in the winter.
I don't mind early December. Early December is fine.
Daniela hates her birthday because it often lines up with Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah.
So, and then you also have Valentine's, and you don't want it to fall. So, like the early February
I was
doesn't
supposed to
work.
be born on Valentine's Day, actually, fun fact.
I didn't know that.
I was almost a week early. Over a week early. By a
Okay,
day.
Jillian. What's your case then for April? Do you think April's the best month?
I think, well, I do think April's a good month. It's you get the baby out right before the summer.
Yeah, so you don't have to deal
So
with hot.
you're, yeah. And that's like a good time, like you can go take walks and like get out in the fresh air, and that's harder to do in the winter.
I also think that having like April, May is a good time because then you're acute pregnant during the holidays.
True.
You have a bump, but you're not like
You also
so
have a reason
pregnant.
to like eat whatever you want and nobody can judge you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You can
can
also
eat as
like,
much as you want and you can just say I'm eating for two.
well, and then when you're like early, so you would kind of like start showing around the fall.
I
And so you
think
can wear
in
baggier
terms of
clothes and like hide the pregnancy longer.
I
That's
think in
true.
terms of if we forget about the pregnancy and we're just talking about the month that you're born in, I do think April is a very good month because what I do is whatever I didn't get for Christmas just goes on my birthday list.
Hmm.
There is a
But
good
then by
space
like
between
the
Christmas and birthday.
springtime, but there's never like any like summertime things on my list because I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna want by then or like things like that. I haven't had like enough time to like I haven't like switched clothes over, so I don't like know like oh like I don't have this. This would be kind of nice to ask for. Where
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
April, it's like the springy time, so like you have switched some of your clothes over to be more summer clothes. You the winter's going away, and you're like, oh, this would be really nice to have in the summer. So then you can like have that on your list, and that's like something you could have for the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like I could never ask. You could also you can't ask for certain things because you can't really get them. Like swimsuits, you can't ask for that really for a birthday in the winter because
they just
there's
don't
not
exist.
many options.
Yeah.
Like you can get them, but there's not going to be that many options because it's the winter.
I would say aside from my birthday month, which I think is the best, I do think April's a good
Yeah.
month to have a birthday because in school, April always ended up being the month that we like never had a day off. And so
Yeah.
we needed something. It was like you wanted something fun to do in April. Like you needed something to look forward to in the month of April before you got out of school in May.
So my birthday is April 28th, and that is like one of the most common birth dates. I
It
Yeah.
don't
also
know
happens to be
why.
one of the most common days for First Communion where we are, where we live.
Yes, my birthday did often fall on First Communion.
That's fun.
So
Yeah.
spent many a birthday in the church.
I have, so no one in my, I have a lot of family that has birthdays in March, like a ton of March birthdays. No, well, I have no April. My husband's family, though, including him, because his birthday's tomorrow, they all have like every birthday in April, it feels like.
Mm,
Like they are a crazy April month. So we always have a ton of birthdays in April. Um, but I personally think October is the best time for a birthday. It is not the best time to give birth because that means you have to go through the summer and be
yeah,
terribly hot and pregnant.
real
So like
pregnant.
that sounds like it would suck to be pregnant all through the summer, but I love having an early October birthday because I get the fall stuff. I but it's like not too close to Christmas. There's always so much activity in the fall. Everyone's excited. It's like back to school still. Like everyone still loves school in October. Um, there's just usually a lot going on.
Yeah.
I always end up doing something fall related on my birthday.
I think a spring or fall birthday is the best.
Yeah. Sorry for your winter birthday, Daniela.
All the rest of my family has winter
Educational wise,
birthdays.
winter birthday is best.
Why? Because
Education
like everyone's
wise,
around.
No, like that's the kids who perform better in school, especially in like preschool and kindergarten, are typically have winter birthdays
That's interesting.
because they're older. I guess it
Then the
kind of
fall
depends on when
kids,
your
yeah.
birthday is.
Well,
It really depends on when your birthday is, because actually I'm like one of the youngest kids in my class.
isn't the
Most of the kids in
cutoff
my
in like August though?
Yeah, it is.
So the fall kids would be older.
yeah. Well, I
Oh
guess
yeah.
like they're no, because even my high school I was one of the youngest kids. I guess maybe there just wasn't that many kids born in the spring or that
The
year.
unfortunate thing about a late April, like an early April birthday might be better, but a late April birthday, especially with like college, is finals fall
Yeah.
in the birthday.
Your birthday week in law school was always finals week or like the week leading up to finals week.
Yeah, so it's not a fun time.
That's true. Something to
But
think
like
about.
March or early April would be just fine.
Yeah. But I mean, then you have March. March is like midterms,
Yeah.
right? My
My best
birthday,
friend, her family, her and her two sisters, it's March 31st, April 4th, and April 28th. Their birthdays, and then their brother is like June or July. He's the oddball.
yeah. Being the oddball's okay. I'm kind of the oddball in my family, so
Jillian's the oddball in our family.
it happens.
We're literally November, December, January, February, and then Jillian's
April.
April. Not just April, but the end of April.
We're kind of all over the map, so there's a lot of us. But when it's just like my mom's side and it's me, my brother, and my sister, James and Shayna, my brother and sister, are both March babies. And for a long time, and I don't know why they did this because I was older and so I understood. But sometimes people would get me a gift too in March so that I didn't feel left out. And I'm like, I understand it's not my birthday. It's okay. You don't have to give me a gift.
That's sweet of them, though.
It was very sweet.
Yeah, Daniela and our brother would have joint birthday parties.
We actually
Really.
did for a very long time because, well, the school we went
You're
to,
very
we did have
close.
a lot of the same friends. We're literally almost exactly a month apart. He's January 7th and I'm February 6th. So
Yeah,
we would do like in between somewhere, we would do a joint birthday party. And we kept doing them though because we both realized that we would get more presents if both of our friends were coming.
that's funny.
Yeah.
That was not the same with my brother and sister. They would have like joint birthday parties, but like their friends were not commingling whatsoever. Like James would have his two best friends, and Shayna would have like 10 of her closest friends. And they would like be at opposite sides of the table, and the only time everyone would come together would be for maybe a movie or treats, like a cake.
Mm. They usually did. Well, like when they were younger, we just had like big parties at our house, but then we did the rec center pool, like the indoor
Yeah,
pool
we
for
did the
a
indoor
lot of them.
pool.
Though I will say you and your brother are a lot closer in age. Like Shayna and James are 2 years apart, so that also
Yeah,
is a
we're 11
factor.
months
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah,
And but we both like even though it was joint birthday, every single time we both got our own cakes and we got to pick them out and
that's
we got to
good.
pick what flavor of ice cream we wanted with our cakes and whatever.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, went on a whole tangent about birthdays. I just thought we talked about the week between Christmas and New Year's, and that it popped in my head,
So,
celibacy week.
when are you having a baby?
Not right
Not the
now.
week, but not the week between
Not now.
New Year's and Christmas.
Did you mark down celibacy week?
No, but it's okay. It's already passed, so I'm fine until next year. Though I will say I have been thinking a lot more about this, and like obviously, there are some people who struggle to get pregnant, and they will 100% be like, I don't care when, I just want to.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about it, especially since Brooklyn and Byeee. Um,
Hmm. Yeah.
I watched her entire YouTube video.
I cried.
I cried so hard. I was just like, and I'm not trying to be a parasocial person, like feeling this way, but like, I just can imagine as someone who's maybe going to go through that journey here soon. Like I can just see me reacting the same way of being heartbroken if I, kept seeing negative tests over and over and over again. So
Yeah.
my heart was hurting for her.
It probably is, especially a little that much, a little bit harder, like that her sister has already been able to do it.
Yeah, I imagine that too. Like, yeah, I can't. Obviously, I'm not in the same situation, so I don't know. But uh, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't have to have that same issue. But only time will tell. Hopefully, none of us have any issues.
Hopefully.
As one of our friends says, infertility is her biggest fear.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Is
like
that who I think it
probably.
Probably.
is?
It's not, she wants to be a mom so bad and she wants a lot of kids. And that's, the thing that she's looked forward to basically her whole life is being a mom. And
Yeah.
obviously, you can become a
Or
mom
like
in other
something.
ways. It's just a lot harder and it takes a lot
Yeah.
more money, energy, time. And when you struggle to get pregnant like that, it's really hard when that's all that you ever wanted.
Yeah. Well, it's also just like a really draining issue to like
Mentally
month
and
after
physically.
month. Yeah, and to just be like blaming yourself even if
Hmm.
you shouldn't. And yeah.
Yeah. And like nowadays I mean, it's talked a lot about more now, but it, has been so isolating before in the past. And there's a lot of doctors that won't take you unless you've been trying for a certain amount of time. And
Yeah.
so that precludes you from trying a lot of things that could help, um, early on.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Women's health, DTM.
women's health, man, lots of
Lack of
things.
women's health is DTM, not women's health.
write that down, Daniela.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about some of the F1 news that has come out recently.
Yes. So I
Let me
think
get
the boys just had too much time on their hands with the spring break because GP, I don't actually know how to say his name. Max Verstappen's engineer at Red Bull has
Yes,
decided that in 2 years he will be moving to Mercedes, or not Mercedes, McLaren, and he will become
McLaren.
their principal. And then that has thrown everything up in the air as far as like what will Max be doing? Where will Andrea? Well, Andrea Stella has signed a contract with Ferrari, and
Yes.
he's potentially, I don't know if it's confirmed, taking over for Fred, who is Ferrari's principal right now.
Also, I just sent you guys a TikTok that perhaps I can't remember her name, but she does Red Bull strategy. There is rumors that she is leaving, and everyone is telling Ferrari that they need to act on it.
Take her.
What is happening right? Yeah. What in the world? Are we just playing musical chairs with all these positions?
But it's everybody leaving Red Bull.
Well, because Red Bull is going down.
Yeah. Ever since Chris Horner.
Right, but what do they know that we don't know?
That they can't make a car, and Max is mad. Like, if you can't keep Max happy on Red Bull, I feel like Red Bull, like big Red Bull, is going to be like, tear it down. Let's start fresh. So I think some of them are kind of just jumping ship because they can see what's
Change
coming.
happening.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, they have the curse of the
Um,
second seat. They've
Real
got a
quick, wait,
car
I
that
have to
can't do
make this
anything.
take up my screen. I'm gonna read you what I found on the new regulations.
So FIA had a meeting and agreed that some changes need to happen.
Right.
Have they
They're
released this?
focusing on adjusting energy management parameters and potentially introducing warning lights for when cars are harvesting power rather than a total overhaul.
Hmm.
And
Makes
that's what I
sense
have
that they
for you.
wouldn't do a total overhaul.
No, they don't have time or energy or no one's got
The
time for that.
lights though kills
The
me.
lights is
The
funny.
lights.
Because that still
Like,
doesn't
I'm sorry.
solve the problem of an immediate change in pace.
Right.
That's interesting.
Like, Ollie's accident was not because he couldn't tell the car was slowing down. He knew it was. He just had to dive to the side.
Yeah.
Right. He just didn't have time to slow down enough. And I
Yeah.
don't think a warning light would have helped that.
No.
Because the warning light would have been going off at exactly the time Ollie like noticed.
The same result probably would have happened.
Right.
Yeah. The but what was the other change about
Girl.
power?
Son.
She's got to get this close to the screen.
Well, it's a screenshot, so it's tiny and because it's on a split screen.
I love for
There.
people who are not, hold on, but for people who are not watching this, Daniela's forehead is so big right now. It's the only
It
thing I
says
can
that
see.
all it says is the FIA is focusing on adjusting energy management parameters.
Energy management parameters. So that's probably going to have to do with the split that they have to
It's a
maintain.
50-50 split now, and they're like potentially going to change that.
Yeah.
That could be
Which
good.
I think that will help.
Yeah, that actually sounds like it'll be beneficial. Lights are stupid and won't probably do anything, but the split will probably help.
I read that about the lights, and I was like, what?
I
Who
think what
decided that?
happened I think what happened is like the whole reason they had this meeting was because of Ollie's accident.
Yeah,
And I think they were like, okay, we need to address that. And everybody was like, overhaul the car. And they're like, well, we can't do that. So, what is something
light.
we can.
Here's something so it looks like we're doing something.
They're like, what's something we can do by Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
Lights.
Lights. Oh, funny.
I would so my mom sends me spot the differences because they get like a bunch of magazines at the library and she rips them out for me and sends them to me in the mail, and so I was doing them last night, and one of them I was doing it and I was like, is this an F1 race? And I looked closer and I was like, oh my God, that's an F1 race.
That's fun.
And it's a
Was the
picture
light, was it the light?
from Vegas, and I think I saw something Red Bull, and I was like, is this an F1 race?
That's how I felt about watching Iron Man 2. I was like, wait a second. I know this. I know what this is.
Yeah, the other thing that the Iron Man F1 is like there was no real teams.
No, they obviously didn't get any permissions
No.
from Formula One to use anything.
Yeah. None of the teams were real teams. And I was like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton could have been in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in cars.
Um, yeah. So, do you guys think Max
Ours
is
is in a
going
different
to?
tax bracket than Iron Man.
Oh. Do you think Max is going to retire?
So, this would be 2028.
Yes.
2 years from now. I don't know.
That's what the
I
online
hope.
discussions are.
So, his whole thing was like, he won't work with anybody else except GP. So, and Zach Brown has said he wants Max. So
He also
potentially, I
has
don't see him
said
staying at Red Bull.
he also has said several times, Zach Brown has said that he has the two best drivers on the grid. Yet he's always trying
Yes.
to get Max.
Yes.
Well,
Um,
you're gonna always advocate and say you have the best drivers if you're pushing them. I don't blame him for that.
No, but he like says it more than other teams say. He's like, no, we have the best two drivers on the grid.
there's a reason everybody's
He's
annoyed by
so
him.
American about it.
Well,
So,
with the way that they've been treating Oscar, Oscar would probably be like, "See ya."
I have actually heard rumors that Oscar is getting mad because he's getting treated like not necessarily Oscar, but Oscar and his team are getting mad
Yeah.
because he's being treated as a number two driver.
Yes. That's
And they were
exactly what I
promised
mean.
there would be no number twos.
Yeah.
so I could see Max moving to McLaren.
That would be weird.
It would be. And because of how long Lando's contract is, they would have to oust Oscar.
Yep.
Right.
So then Oscar would be up for grabs. The other thing is, like, that's probably around the time Lewis Hamilton will be retiring.
Yes.
So there
But I
might be
don't
like an
see.
open spot.
I would rather he go to Ferrari than McLaren.
Max.
Mhm.
Yes, because you
I
don't like
would.
Oscar.
I still though
Then
think
I could have
that.
Charles and Max
Also,
on the same team.
we're forgetting Mercedes too, though. Mercedes has also been
True.
wanting Max for a long time, and we've seen visuals of Toto and Max having conversations.
Unfortunately for you,
Yes.
Miranda, that
But
probably means that Russell's leaving if
they're
they
getting
do
rid of
get Max,
George.
I know. That would make me
because
sad.
they are
I
investing in
think
him.
George is still a good enough driver, though. Yes, but I still think George would be a good enough driver that he would be picked up by somebody else.
I'm
Hopefully
not
not
saying
Red
he
Bull,
wouldn't be
because I
taken
don't
anymore,
like
but I
Red
am
Bull.
saying he would not be with Mercedes if they get Max.
I know.
He might
He would be
end
out
up
of
he might
Mercedes.
end up at Ferrari.
Then we could be on the same side.
There
No,
we
because I
go.
don't like Russell. I don't want Russell on my team. I don't want him.
Okay, you just don't like Russell this season. You just don't like Russell this season.
Because she hates me.
We made a ranking of our top 10 favorite drivers last year. And George is on the list and he's above Kimmy on our list.
Just because I hadn't seen what Kimmy could do at that point. I didn't like know anything about Kimmy really.
It's because she hates me.
I don't hate you, and I don't
And
hate
she hates
him.
everything I like.
I just don't like him enough to have him on my team. I don't want him on my team.
That's what I'm saying. No, this is just the common thread. You don't like things I like. That's why I can't recommend you any TV shows or books or anything.
Not true. I don't like things most people like. If people say they like it, I usually don't like it.
I know. That's why I've stopped recommending you things and I just tell Jillian.
So there
I
could
don't
be
not
a
like
hot
him,
mess
guys.
for the drivers.
I just don't necessarily care for him, and I think he's too much of a princess.
He's just sassy.
He's just, yeah, he just shows us his sass in different
It's
ways.
He's a
it's not
diva.
even that he's sassy because I don't mind his sassiness. It's like that he's kind of hypocritical.
Okay.
We'll agree to disagree.
I just don't want
But
him on my team, okay? And
I am
Miranda doesn't want to be a
thinking
Ferrari fan anyways. He said that.
I don't.
She doesn't want to join our cult.
Red Bull might drop out of the top 4 teams.
I could see that too. Who would take its place, though?
Well, right now it's Haas.
Yeah. Last season it was Williams, though, because Williams
Yeah.
had a good. So it just depends on who's got the best car then of the
Yeah.
bottom teams.
Who else
And I
on
know
Haas this
Williams
year?
has this
Ollie
long-term
and who?
strategy.
Ali
Who?
and Esteban.
Esteban Ocon. I know Williams had this like big long plan to make it up there with the top teams. But I think it's really just going to depend on the new cars that they have and whoever can master this technology first.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part is this season it's just the technology that
Did you guys
most
know
of
Charles
the
Leclerc has his own personal team analyzing every single race and all the stats and everything
that
with
doesn't
the new
surprise me.
regulations?
He's a good person. He's a good
Are
driver. He's going
they
to do well.
also making strategy for him?
I don't know.
Well, I've heard over at Red Bull that they have to make their own strategy because the Red Bull strategy sucks all the time. So it's up to
Is
the
that what
drivers.
happens? Max just does his own thing, so the second seat curse is really just that person's following Red Bull strategy and Max isn't.
Could be true.
They're just doing what they're told, and Max is like,
Yeah.
no, F off.
And then Red Bull's like, what the heck?
Uh,
Could be. Wouldn't surprise me if that's what's happening.
in
Max
that case,
will
then I
defy
don't want
everything.
the strategy girl from Red Bull.
So where's this? Where is she supposedly moving?
It's just rumored that she's leaving Red Bull. It's not confirmed yet.
Oh yeah,
So
then
we
we don't
don't
want her
know if she's
anywhere.
moving.
No
Yeah,
offense.
if that is the case and Red Bull strategy sucks and Max is just doing the opposite of what he's told, then I don't want her.
That actually reminds me, maybe on some teams it's like the actual F1 movie where they just defer to the driver. They're
Or
like,
the driver is
okay,
just like, no, I'm not doing
yeah,
that.
that's that.
Max is embodying Sunny Hayes and it's just like, nope, we're not doing
Hmm.
that.
He fits the character.
A little bit, yeah.
Plan C for chaos.
I mean, he kind of does fit the Sunny Hayes character. He does what he wants and
Yeah,
he races in other racing things.
yeah. But
Well,
I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about how desperately Max does or doesn't want to stay with F1, but I don't see him retiring yet. Especially, like, I don't see him wanting to retire at a low point in his career,
he has been saying, ever since his kid was born, he's been saying things about F1 isn't everything and all that.
which is good. I'm glad.
Racing isn't everything, and
Yeah,
which
so
is
then he could give
fine.
up all the other races he does besides F1.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
maybe
fine, but a
he's
little,
trying to move more into, because like with those other ones, he's really trying to like bring up the younger generation and like the online gaming generation
Hmm.
and like give the poorer kids more of an opportunity. So maybe he's moving more towards, and
yeah,
maybe in 2 years he'll be like, yeah, that's what I want to do more.
which
We'll
is
have to
great. I
see.
love that, but I would love to see. I would
I would
like
like
that to
to
happen
see,
after him and Charles get to
yes,
fight for championship.
I want a Charles Max face off.
And by face off, I don't mean just one race. I mean like a season of face offs where they are both fighting for the championship.
Unfortunately, that requires a lot
It
to
does.
take
Yeah.
place.
Unless they're
they
both on the
both
same car. Yeah.
they
Unless
both have to
if
have
he
great
moves to
cars.
Ferrari and Ferrari is actually doing something with this car.
I can't imagine if Max is going to move, the only actual move that I can see him doing is to Mercedes. I cannot imagine him wearing
You don't see
Ferrari red
McLaren.
or McLaren orange. I just like in my brain, it
Papaya.
just doesn't commute.
Interesting. I don't see him at McLaren, but I can
You
see him
see
at
him
the
at
other two.
Ferrari. The other thing about Ferrari is just like that's kind of like the dream for a lot of drivers. Just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
for one season to wear the red.
Well, because it's the original team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the legacy of it all.
But I do think he would probably be just as frustrated as Lewis was when he first came in.
Yeah. It would be a rough start.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not, depending on how much
Depending
better the
on what
car
his
is
situation
than what
is.
he's leaving.
That's true. He might be frustrated leaving too.
He might be like, okay, you guys are a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like at least this car is drivable.
We haven't heard either one of them say on Ferrari this year that the car is not drivable.
No, actually, we've heard the opposite. We've heard this is fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Last year we heard a lot of this isn't drivable, but this year we're hearing good things.
Yeah. Well, last year we also heard a lot of Lewis Hamilton going, sorry guys, I suck.
Yeah. It was a rough season, okay?
I'm glad he's doing better.
It's been a
Yeah,
rough
me
like
too.
decade for Ferrari. More than that, probably.
I just wish I could be at the Miami race.
It hasn't. They finished in second in 2024. Like they just haven't won. They're not doing
Yeah.
bad.
Jillian, if you're not first, you're last. You used to say that all the time.
I do get that, but the placement does matter in F1.
Yes.
Like consistently being
For money, but
second.
Ferrari gets extra money no matter what every year because
Yeah, they do.
because
This
they're
car is
Ferrari.
frustrating.
You know?
You're just mad because you're not a Ferrari fan.
I'm not a Ferrari fan. Sorry.
You
What do
know
you
what,
hate?
Miranda?
What do you hate about Ferrari?
If Mercedes was the original team, they could have a bonus. But you know what? They're not the original team.
I just don't see the benefit of getting extra money, extra attention just because you started something. Like,
It's the
I don't know.
legacy.
Yeah, they're a
Everyone knows
legacy, but at the same
Ferrari.
time, it's been around for a long time now.
Exactly, because of Ferrari.
I
There's
also,
also like Italy is very dedicated to Ferrari, and I think they're like, we're not trying to piss anyone off. Like we
yeah,
don't need a whole country getting up in arms at F1.
Yeah, well, probably also they are very into F1 because of Ferrari. In
Mexico.
2024 Drive to Survive,
Oh,
there was literally like a clip where someone said there
There are
are
two religions.
two religions in Italy, Ferrari and the church.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
that's funny.
And and then they like showed clips of like, like the Jesus candles
Hmm.
where it's like Jesus on the candle, but it's Charles Leclerc's face instead of Jesus.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have the whole of Italy behind them.
A little sacrilegious, but you know.
I had a question in my head. It went away. Darn.
I was just thinking, since Kimmy is Italian,
I'm sure.
I don't know how long Kimmy's contract is, but
I don't know, but it'll probably be a while before he does any big switches.
Yeah.
What was I also? I saw a clip of him today just sleeping on the floor with like a sleep mask on, and I was like, Kimmy, what are you doing?
That's it.
Um,
That's Lando or Charles. I can't remember. One of them like sleeps like anywhere. Like
probably
there's
not
so many.
Lando because he has to bring his matches with him.
I think it's just a year by year contract.
Wow. So, but like, okay, so if Toto wanted Max, who would he give up?
He would probably give up George, but have to pay a penalty because I think George's contract is through 2027.
Well, if we're talking
He
2028.
wouldn't have to pay a penalty because 2028 is when Max would be moving. So George would race through 2027 and then his contract would be done.
That might time out perfect for Mercedes. Maybe that is what they were talking about when Toto and Max were having these meetings.
Hmm, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a 2026-27 deal, so his will be up at the end of 27.
And Max and Kimmy are like,
Buds.
yeah.
Besties.
I love how the Mercedes and the Red Bull social media teams like just showcase their love.
I love that they've turned it into like a family dynamic.
Hmm.
They're like, Kimmy's the son, and Max and George are the divorced parents. And Max and
Charles
Charles are
and
married, and
yeah,
Charles
Charles
has
and
adopted
Oscar.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
quite
saw
funny.
that tweet today. There was like a TikTok of pictures of like tweets that Oscar, like funny tweets Oscar has tweeted. And one of them was him like saying that he was looking for Monegasque in his family tree, and Charles Leclerc like commented like I'll adopt you.
Yeah.
And then Oscar like then replied to that and was like, call me Oscar, whatever his name is, Piastri Leclerc, and then something about meeting his new brother Leo.
You
Yeah.
know what? Oscar shows so much more personality, like in tweets and stuff, and like in like side interviews than he
Yeah.
shows anywhere else. I've actually enjoyed seeing a little bit more of his personality come out.
I do
Like,
love
so good.
Oscar in the shoot, what are those games called that they do on? They do them every year. And Oscar is like the reigning champion for like 2 years, or I think.
Yeah,
Oh, the grid game. Yeah.
the Grid
Yes.
Games.
And
Yeah.
he is like so proud of that.
He is. He
And
like
like
studies up.
covet that title.
He does. He's very, very good. Um, but his Instagram captions are funny sometimes too. Like I loved how, when he didn't drive for the first 2 weeks of F1, his Instagram caption was 2 weeks of watching F1.
Yeah.
Like I do enjoy his humor a little bit.
Hmm.
It's just a different kind of humor.
Yeah.
So,
Is there anything
I
else we're
don't know.
supposed to talk about before we're done?
I was gonna talk about Artemis.
Okay, Jillian, you have 10 minutes.
Okay, my favorite thing lately on the internet has been the Artemis II missions because they just make me so happy. And if you don't know what that is, we recently sent a team.
If you don't know what that is, you've been living under a rock.
Yeah, we sent
And
a
not with
team
Jillian.
to travel around the far side of the moon. And that's the farthest we've ever.
I I'm sorry, Jillian, but I saw a TikTok this morning about that, and they were like, "What are we doing? Window shopping the moon?" They're like, "We're not even landing. We're just window shopping."
No, we can't land yet because we're testing all the technology.
Jillian, yeah. It's supposed to be a funny joke. Oh my God, you take it too serious.
Well, it's okay. My father-in-law was like, "Why are we doing this? Why are we spending all this money on this? What are we even learning?" I was like, "Science."
The plan is the purpose of
We
the
aren't
Artemis
spending money
missions.
on it at all. The government stopped funding NASA.
No, it's still fun. It's just very small amount. Their funding has dropped significantly, which is why we have to. NASA now has to like license out and partner with SpaceX and Blue Origin, which are the Amazon, Tesla companies that do space stuff.
Help them
So
get their money.
SpaceX is making the thing that NASA's
I
spaceship is
don't
going to land on, to
I
land
don't
on the
want to
moon.
see any other name on a ship in space besides NASA.
I agree.
You don't want to see Tesla.
If
You don't
I
want to
see
see Elon
if I
Musk.
see SpaceX on the side of a ship, no, you're done. Goodbye.
So, the purpose of the Artemis missions are at the end of this, we're going to have set up a lunar base on the moon. That will be a spring point for getting to Mars. So, you will go from Earth to the moon to Mars. But we will have like long term living on Mars and like have like labs and stuff set up on the moon. And that involves a whole new set of technology.
Are we going to be alive for this?
This will be done by 2032.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, it's dependent on SpaceX getting their stuff together, and they keep delaying. So,
That's what I mean. I feel like we're going to be old.
but if the government increases the funding to NASA, NASA can this like we got to the moon the first time because NASA just went pedal to the metal and said we'll invent everything we need to do. But now they don't have the funding for it.
Well, I don't think this administration is going to give it to them. So,
No, they're
But
not.
anyway, there's a lot of very cute moments with the Artemis 2 mission. I love every single person that was part of that team. And there was a lot of overlap between Project Hail Mary and the Artemis mission. With like Amaze Amaze. There's a lot of the thumbs down. Um, there was also like from Mission
that's
Control.
disappointing, Daniela.
Mission Control was like watching the astronauts and they were doing like TikToks and stuff and they're like Rocky watch Grace sleep and stuff like that. So it's just very cute. And then we have like Copy Moonjoy copy heart, copy bracelets. We have the stories that we learned about all the astronauts. Christina is just the goat. She's like the most
Mhm.
impressive human ever. And then Reed Weissman and his whole story with his wife. And then they named the crater Carol. It's the bright spot on the moon. It's after his wife who died of cancer. It's just like
The
a lot
brightest
of
spot on the
stuff.
dark side of the moon.
And
Tender.
yeah. And like their whole message was really just about like we're doing this for humanity, like all humans. This isn't like a USA thing. One of Jeremy Hansen on the team was from Canada too. And like they're just like really great people doing really great things. And it was just like a really nice peaceful moment on the internet. And
Yeah,
I loved it.
I agree. Space, woo! As long as I don't have to
I
go.
love
It's a great place.
it. I so when I was younger, I genuinely like wanted to study astronomy, wanted to go to outer space. And then I learned because of my contacts, like you can't wear contacts in space. Then I was like, ugh, I
Oh
can't be an
no.
astronaut. But then I learned you could do that. You can like need corrective lenses and still be in space. You just have to wear your glasses. And I was like, dang it, I gave up on my dream. I could have been an astronaut.
And
Now
I
you can
told
just
her,
have
I'm
kids and
glad
push
you're
them
not
to
an
become
astronaut.
astronauts.
And I told her, I'm glad you're not an astronaut.
Yeah, Daniela doesn't want me to go to space.
Well, I'm glad you're not an astronaut either, because then I wouldn't have met you. Now you can study space law. You can become a space attorney.
I do have some experience there.
You could do that, Jillian, and go work for NASA.
Yeah. Then you can be a small part of getting people to outer space.
Yeah.
And maybe one day when you're old and people start living on the moon or whatever, you can go live on the
You'll need
moon.
a lawyer on the moon, and you can go do
Yeah. You can sign up.
it.
Bring international law to the moon.
Yeah.
Hey, if people are going to live there, they need laws.
I guess. So, but it was great. I love all the edits that we've gotten out of it too, and like that. It seems like it was the thing that like everybody was enjoying,
Hmm.
and now we're all sad that it's over.
Yeah. It brought people together.
There's a lot of people saying, I want a season 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah, like what do you mean it's over?
It kind of reminds me of something like, like the Olympics tend to bring people together and
Yeah.
it's an event like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Looking forward to the
I
next
should bring
one.
back the World's Fair.
They should.
And maybe we'd have some better
If we
inventions
cared
than
about
AI.
innovation, we would still have the World's Fair.
Yeah, instead of just AI.
Frickin' AI. Major
it's
DTM.
it's so funny to me though how fast we've changed the tune on AI. Like for a while it was AI is great, AI is doing all these things, da 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 da, and then now slowly AI is the devil and it's taking our clean water and it's hurting our kids and it's doing all these things. I'm not saying it's a bad flip, but it's just so funny to me how fast the flip went.
Well, it did grow so fast. I do think, especially in like the internet age, you just learn so much more information.
Hmm.
Like information is just constantly changing. And so we quickly learned what they wanted. Like it's also the way the corporations want to use AI. And a lot of it is they want to take away jobs from people, but the AI does a worse job at that job than the people did. And now it's like makes it difficult for us in a lot of ways. And then we also have like the environmental concerns and it seems like it was not done properly. Like AI could have been great, but we rushed and like the way AI was developed, it's just like a hot mess and it's not actually that smart.
Yeah. I think a
It's
lot
not
about
even the intelligence
like
part.
corporate responsibility and things like
Yeah.
that. There was none of that really with the development of AI.
Hmm.
Is there ever any of that?
They claim there is. I've done a
It's
lot. I
it's a
used to
log
do,
every once in a while.
I did a lot of projects in college on stuff like that back when I was a marketing person.
Did you see the fully AI store in San Francisco?
Mm-mm.
So the company set up an AI named Luna that was completely in charge of the store project. So Luna came up with what the store is going to sell, had to work with contractors, make hiring decisions, all this stuff. Luna hired a person because it figured out I don't have arms, and so somebody needs to stock the shelves. But then um, they went and interviewed this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, the whole thing feels like a scam," and he's like, "I'm not really consulted on things," and then he brought out his phone one day at work because the store's also empty. Nobody shops here because it's oh, the things that it chose to sell are just weird. There's not a cohesive theme to this place. And this guy brought out his phone at work, and then Luna saw it on a camera, and then immediately updated the employee code, and then told him he was in violation of the employee code for phone use.
Oh my God.
And so it's AI is a terrible employer, terrible decision maker.
Wow. I've not
Like
heard of
I'm
this.
like I'm like, what is AI good at? I haven't seen it.
Let me tell you what AI is good at. Spell check.
Yeah, and like math, and I don't want to mentally do it.
But it's the AI and human interaction has to be done very specifically because it is still a computer. And so a lot of the nuances and human interaction are not picked up by AI.
No.
I did use AI the one time. I was reading a book, and it was a very specifically um depicted, I guess, dress, like described dress that this girl was wearing. And I was imagining it, but I was like, I wonder if I copy and pasted this exact thing, like the way it's described into AI, what it would give me. And so I did it, and it gave me not anything accurate at all. And it was a very description.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are
It
plenty of
wasn't
things.
vague or anything. And I was like, I feel like it literally said something about a low back and something about the straps and the type of straps that it was. And it was very descriptive. And the straps weren't right. There was no low back. It was regular back.
Yeah. I've used it for like I've used it to get background on things sometimes. Like I was thinking about like when Jillian and I were studying a little bit about space law. Like
Mm-hmm.
I typed in some stuff just to get an idea of what I was even looking for because I had no idea. I was in over my head when it came to space law. And it would give me information and then give me the resource. So I would like read it and then I'd go to the resource that it provided and check on it.
Yeah.
I wasn't obviously using it as like, oh, this is true. I would double check everything, but it gave me a starting point when I didn't know exactly what to Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I did, at least for our legal research we've done for it, it's a good springboard. But
Mm-hmm.
you definitely can't just go off of what it throws at you
Oh, absolutely not.
because it's just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It'll pull a sentence out of a case and it'll be like, this is the principle, and I'm like, that was taken completely out of context, and that's not what it actually meant.
Or it makes up the sentence. There was a couple
Yeah,
times where I would send it back and be like, can you tell me what page that's on? And they'd be like, oh, actually, sorry, you're right. It's not in this. It's not anywhere in this.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because it's not, because I searched for it. Like, I made sure. I'm not going to cite
Yeah.
something I can't actually find.
So I just think it has a long way to go, and honestly, especially with it infiltrating the entertainment world, I was like, it's just not helpful there because
Well, that's one of the things where that's part of the reason I was kind of curious, how it would depict this dress. because it was like so descriptive. And like when I say so descriptive, I mean like it went into great detail of what this dress looked like. And that's why I was like, surely it like can give me an accurate picture with like how descriptive it's being. And it didn't. And I was like, how are we like people like talk
Well,
about it like replacing like film, like and actors and like making
yes.
AI films. And I'm like, how
But
could we do
that
that if they didn't do this?
those are people though that train their AI. Like there is a way for you to train it very well, so it does give you a very good product. Just using
Yeah.
it willy-nilly on a one-off thing, yeah, you're probably not going to get something as good. Um, but I
Yeah.
know plenty of people who use it and like, you know, basically it learns your style, it learns what you're looking for the more and more you use it. So
Yeah.
it gives you something better.
There's also this movement that like AI is not art, and
Hmm.
like they're
True.
holding AI art festivals, and everybody's like, no, it's not art, and it can't achieve art, and like we shouldn't try to have it do that. But what I just learned was there is like a fully AI created short film that's going to be coming out around like Thanksgiving, and it's going to be shown like in the previews before movies. But AMC has come out and specifically said it will not show this because it doesn't support AI in the entertainment world. And I was like,
Good for
I
them.
think I think that's where we're going.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
think there's
the
going to have to be some
benefit of
ban.
it, there's just like not the benefit there. Like we can have humans do this
It's also like
without.
when if you know it's AI, like once you know it's AI, it's so much less personal.
Hmm.
And like if you see like real actors on the screen, like it's so much more personable and like you feel the emotions. And I don't feel like it would be that way with AI. Like even if you know like they're acting, like you know that those people have to be feeling that to an extent, even if they're acting. So like you do still feel it, and you feel for those characters, and they feel more real. I don't think that would be the case with AI.
Yeah. Well, we have to be part of the change. If we don't want AI, we can't use it. I mean, you can't use it to completely replace things then. You have to be smart.
Yeah.
I don't really have a reason to use it.
Like I said, the only way I use it is I run things through Grammarly sometimes to help me with spell check. And that's usually because I suck at putting commas in places.
I don't have a real job, so
You
I
mean
need
you just
that.
don't have to write like that at your job?
I do have a real job.
I had
I
Daniela
just
type
don't
up an
have to write
email,
it.
and she was like, I was like, did you sign your name? And she's like, I don't just sign my name. It's in the
I,
like my email address is up there, and I was like, they don't know who you are.
I also was replying to an email where they literally like it was just like it was an email thread, and they literally said my name in the previous email.
It's okay. You don't have to do it.
I did
No.
because Billy told me to, but like I literally like I could not tell you the last time I wrote an email. The last time I wrote an email actually was to my teacher when I was in school last semester. But she knew who I was, and I knew I like we
Did you sign
personally
your
know each
name
other.
on
No,
that email? No. Okay.
no.
I was say I wrote an email today to opposing counsel. So you got to sign your name in a couple times. Um, but I think that's it for now. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Then you can talk about the book she's reading, because she's gonna be pretty far into it, right? You
Yeah.
got a long drive to read it.
Yep.
That seems very convincing.
I'm kind of the same way
She
Daniela is
is.
when it comes to like,
And I've
unless
been
I'm
asking
also
too much,
excited
and
about
now
it,
she doesn't want to read it.
don't tell me what to read, don't tell me what to watch. Unless I'm excited about it too, I won't. I'll be like, mm.
Okay. No pressure. Don't read Akatar.
I feel like it takes away like your
I
choice.
I have so I finished Throne of Glass and now I have started ACOTAR and I've started Binding 13. Miranda wants me to read ACOTAR, Daniela wants me to read Binding 13. And I'm like 2 chapters into each book.
You could take a break and actually read something you want to read.
She did, Throne of Glass. Her last book was what she wanted to read.
Great. Read Throne of Glass 2, the second book.
I did buy it. I have it downloaded on my Kindle.
See, for me, you've started Mass Verse. So as soon as you finish Mass, like you finish Throne of Glass, you're just going to want to read more Mass Verse. And so you're eventually going to read Akatar anyways.
I know. I want to read them. I do want to read them all, but I'm like Daniela asks me every day. She's like, "How far have you gotten?"
Girl, you can't do that. You can't peer pressure like that.
I'm not trying to peer pressure her. I'm just really excited for her to read it.
And
I
then
really
she's
want
like
her
guilt
to read
she's
it.
guilt tripping me. She's like, "I've started watching YouTube videos of other people reacting to this book because you won't talk to me about it."
It wasn't a guilt trip. That was literally me just telling you what I was doing. But I have. I've started watching like reading vlogs on YouTube of people reading it because like nobody in my life has read it. So I don't have anybody to talk about it with.
That's how I feel about my books that I've been reading. I just finished Rights of the Starling and I have zero people to talk about it with. Zero.
You can tell me about it because I'm not going to read it.
I need you guys to read more books.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
Girl,
I need friends.
I can't read that fast. I'm not going to read that many books in my lifetime because I can't read that fast.
I was reading academic articles on space research. Do you want to talk about those?
No, that's okay.
I'm good.
I
Thanks.
I share too many fun facts with Daniela about outer space, and she's like, "Stop."
It's it's not that I don't care. It's that I care more about other things
The
than
ocean.
space.
She cares more about the ocean specifically, and she's like,
Yeah.
"When you start learning about the ocean, then I'll listen."
Okay, we have run this so far over. So we're going to be done now. Stay tuned for what we'll talk about next week. But until then, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.